Good morning, students. Today we are going to discuss about spatial data mining. So, spatial data mining is an extraction of knowledge of the spatial data that is based off on the geographical information system that is existing. So, we are going to mine the applications related to the spatial data is geographic information system, geomarketing, remote sensing, image databases, medical images, navigation, traffic control. So all these are being used. So based on the area wise, or we are going to take the area that is going to mine. It's based on the regions or based on particular part of that particular region. We are going to mine the information. The spatial data cube construction or the OLAP. So here we are going to create a warehouse containing the subject oriented, time integrated and time oriented non-volatile collection of spatial or non-spatial data, and we are going to mine based on the decision making process. So here we are going to take the issues regarding to the spatial data warehouse. One is the integration, other one is realization. So integration is the spatial data from the heterogeneous, that is from various number of sources and system, and realization is the flexible online analytical processing of spatial data warehouse. So there are three types of dimensions in the spatial data cube. One is the non-spatial dimensions. So here it contains the non-spatial data, that is hot for temperature, wet for precipitation, and spatial to non-spatial dimensions. So where you can have the primitive level of data, where the generalization of the area to the non-spatial dimensions, and spatial to spatial dimension, that is which is covering to this particular area to on based upon the area to area dimensions, that is representing in the x and y axis about the area. Then that is equitemperature region containing spatial data generalized to a zero point 0.5 degrees Celsius, 5 to 10 degree and so on like this. So there can be certain measures to measure the spatial data. One is the numeric measure, another one is the spatial measure. So numeric measure contains the numerical data. So it measures the monthly revenue of a region. It also may take the roll up and take the total revenue of an year of a particular region by a country and so on. So you can take an example like the our Indian having the 30 states, where you are going to again divide into number of states, then each region. So you contain the revenue of particular region, where you combine with the district where you are combined to a particular state, then coming to a particular country. Then spatial measures, where you are going to collect the pointer of spatial objects. And we are going to have non-spatial data cubes, that is containing on the non-spatial dimensions on the numeric measures. So here is an example where you are going to take the BC weather pattern analysis. So here is a mapping of 3000 weather probes scattered in the BC daily data of temperature, precipitation and wind velocity. So we can represent the table in the form of a star model. So all the dimensions that are existing, and you have one fact table here, and all the dimensions that contains the attributes again, and measures. Here we have the measures where you can calculate the area and the count that is there, and each region of that particular area can be calculated using the region name, time, temperature, precipitation. And when it comes to the region, you are going to take the region names, city, distinction, and time you can take either in the form of a day, month, or season, or temperature of range or a temperature, or you can take precipitation range and so on. So generally we can take the roll up operations. So this particular area which can be rolled up and form into this, and we are going to have three possible choices regarding the computation of spatial measures and spatial data cube construction. One is collect and store of spatial object pointers but do not perform pre-computation on the spatial measures. Then pre-compute and store the rough approximation and selectively pre-compute certain spatial measures. First one is the computation. We do not compute before in hand, only we collect and store the data. Second, we are going to do the, like we have the no materialization, partial materialization and full materialization. In the similar manner, we have no materialization where we collect the data and we store, but we do not do any pre-computation. Partial materialization is something where you are going to do certain measures we apply and we do the calculations and we form certain data cubes are being formed before in hand. That is partial materialization. Then full materialization, where you are going to take every measure and we are going to pre-compute before in hand. So full materialization, what happens is, when we take the full materialization, more number of memory is needed rather than the no materialization. Then coming to the mining's spatial association and co-location pattern. So here spatial association rule, that is A implies B, where you are going to take the set of the spatial and non-spatial predicates and we are going to rule that particular association rule. So here we are going to mine based on the association rule, that is X is going to school, then X has the sports center and it is close to the park. So this is the support and confidence measures that are being given for the association correlation patterns. Then based on the clustering methods, so in the clustering methods of the spatial, we are going to find the most populated region and we are going to also calculate the distance between that particular data that is existing. Then we are going to classify them based on the classification or the trend analysis. So in the classification, we are going to find out the neighborhood of the particular districts, highways or so on. And trend, we are going to see that what changes that are being there are based on the cyclic trend or the random. So these trend analysis can be done. Then mining raster databases. So here we are going to take the digital raster images such as satellite images. So when you take the raster images, we are going to take each pixel data and we are going to store information. So such as the satellite images, remote sensing data, computer thermography. So we are going to explore that particular raster images. Coming to the next topic, multimedia data mining. So as you know, multimedia data is the data that we are going to store and manage the audio, video, images or graphics. So here in the multimedia, the methods are similarity search in the multimedia data, multimedia analysis, classification and prediction analysis, mining association in multimedia data. So coming to the first one, similarity search in multimedia data. For similarity search in multimedia, we are going to consider two families. One is the multimedia indexing and the other one is the retrieval system. So we are going to take the description based retrieval system, that is based on the keywords or the caption or the size or the time of the creation of that particular data, or the content base. So based on the color of that particular histogram, the texture of it, the pattern of it, the image topology, the shape of the objects or the layouts or the location within that particular image, we are going to take. So in this content of image retrieval system, we can follow two types of queries. One is the image sample based query and image feature specification queries, where this particular image sample based queries are based on similar to the image sample, that is images that are there. But coming to the image specification queries, we are going to give the color of it, texture, shape of that particular uh, image. Then only we can extract that particular images from the database. So we can take the system using the query by image content. So similarity based retrieval of image database is based on the image signature as follows, that is color histogram based signature and multi-feature composed signature. So color histograms is nothing but it is based on only color and it does not take any shape or the textures of that particular image. Then only we can easily retrieve that particular data from the databases. Then when it comes to the multi-feature composed signature, then we take it related to the color histograms, shapes, image topologies and the textures of that particular data. We can also get that particular data related to the wavelet. So the wavelet captures the shape of it, textures, images, and we are going to single unified framework we are going to put in form of a wavelet. Then wavelet signature with region based granularity, where you are going to take the data based on the where you are going to have that particular, that is query image of that particular queue and also target image of that particular queue. That is where that particular two images are being covered. We are going to match that particular pair and we are going to extract. Then multi-dimensional analysis of multimedia data. So using multi-dimensional analysis, we are going to put the dimensions and the measures to that particular data. So representing them into number of cubes, and based upon the color, texture, shape and so on, we are going to construct number of data cubes, and we are going to extract using the most frequent color, that is using the feature descriptor. The feature descriptor will contain the most frequent color that is having the 5 color centroids, or most frequent orientation vector which is containing the edge oriented centroids. So based upon the color you may extract the information, or based on the edges that you can extract the information. Then you have the layout descriptor. So in this layout we are going to have the color layout vector as well as the edge layer vector. So you can see here an example of the extracting the multimedia miner. So we have the image of the flight over here. We can extract the flight based upon the color, or based upon the texture, based upon the shape of it, based upon the view of that particular image, and based upon these several factors. So here you can see we have the object where you can have artifact, there we have the in that you can have the instrumentality, where convenience, where vehicle, craft, we are taking aircraft based upon the what type of aeroplane you are taking, that is by a biplane, airliner or a bomber you want to know, or based upon the several factors we can mine the data. So you can take even this example where the data cube can be represented in the 2-dimensional, 3-dimensional data. So in the 3-dimensional data you can represent by size, by color and size, by format and color. In the 2-dimensional data you can represent by the crosstab in the form of a left and right, or you can represent in a single dimensional format also. So based upon the number of format of that particular image, of duration or the color, texture, keyword, size, width, height, or internet domain images, or internet domain parent page, or image popularity, like this number of measures. Based on the measures, you can then represent them into number of dimensions, and then we can easily extract the data. Or you can also classify them into number of classes. So in the animal class, you can see all the animals which can represent into classification. Or building the book, we are having the books, we can have number of books that we can mine. And flowers, we can have number of flowers, different flowers that can be mined. And we can also mine using the media format, that is either in a form of NOV, AVI, MPG, GIF or JPG. So in the different formats also we can mine the data of that particular image. Then classification and prediction analysis of multimedia data. So we can classify them into number of classes based on the number of the class labels of different animal, or based upon the different domains that are there. And we can easily mine using the different categories. So example, we can take here the astronomy data, where sky images are being classified by astronomers as a training set and construct models for a recognition of galaxies, stars and other objects. And we are can do the data pre-processing, that is we can mine the data after the doing the data cleaning, and we can do the data transformation and the extracting can be done. So mining association in multimedia. So when you do the association, so in the association rules are being involved in the image and video database. There are three categories that are being observed. So association on the image content and non-image content features. So association among the image content that are not related to the spatial relationship, and association among the image content related to the spatial relationship. So first one is image content and non-image content features. Second one is image content and non-related spatial relationship, and the image content and non-spatial relationships. And audio video data mining, that is we are going to record the recording, search, analysis of audio, video, and in the multimedia we can take. For example, we can take the MPEG or JPEG data, or we can video compressors we can take in. So we can take several interface to take the mine particular information. So set of descriptors, that is defines the syntax and semantics, color, shape, texture, image, topology, motion and title. And descriptor schemes, that is relationship between the components. And set of coding schemes, that is descriptors and the descripting definition, that is based upon the queries that we can mine. Thank you.